I'm John.
I'm Sierra.
And this is...
And They Were Readers.
And we do be reading.
I'm not reading enough, but we talked about this, you and I. And it's totally fine, it's a season, but there is it's getting to a point where I am itching to read. I'm just trying to find anything to get me to want to be in a book. Because I'm so sleepy at the end of the day. It's so long, work is so long. And then I literally just throw on a television show that I barely watch. And it's in the background and I fall asleep. That is my life right now.
Sometimes you need that.
I'm done. I'm done reading it.
Okay.
And I'm not actually done reading it. I don't know if I'll read more, but I really want to. I miss it.
She yearns.
I yearn.
I'm reading a great book right now. All my books are in book jail. They're in boxes.
He moved.
More on that pending.
Yay!
You'll see that content later.
Sorry.
Today we're talking about our TBRs. This is just a TBR for life in general, not for summer or whatever. But
this is a TBR for my recent that I want to read soon. Desperately.
She yearns.
I yearn. Literally.
This is the yearning TBR.
Yeah.
So there's some books that are either on my shelf or on my radar that I really want to get to soon that I'm itching to get into because I don't know if you guys have this thing where if you have a book on your shelf that you haven't read for too long, I feel like it's judging me after a while. You get that?
All of them. All of them are
This room must be really scary for you.
Every time I step in here, I'm disappointed. Because I know this is not realistic, but there's a part of me that just wants to go, I'm going to disappear for 4 days and just read.
Yeah. I would love that.
I can't right now.
Yeah.
And I can't for a while.
Yeah.
But one day I'll get there. That's all. She earns.
She does yearn.
Okay, so tell me what you're reading. I'm wanting to read.
So I've had these books on my TBR and on my physical shelf for a while now. I think I bought them in Spain. Either I bought them in Spain or I brought them with me to Spain and still didn't read them.
Or you bought them in our Bermuda book haul.
I did not. Oh, I'm talking about these books specifically that I'm going to talk about.
Oh, you're just only talking about the first two books.
The first two. And I'm talking about them in tandem because it is Mythos and Heroes by Stephen Fry. As many of you know, Greek retellings are having a big moment in the literary world. Think Song of Achilles, Circe.
I feel like their moment's passed. I think we're done.
I think the hype is done. People aren't talking about it constantly on social media, but people are still writing and reading them.
Totally fair.
It's just not new anymore.
Sure.
Anyway. What was I saying? Song of Achilles, Circe, Ariadne, Clytemnestra, all that vein. So what Mythos and Heroes is a modern day explanation of these Greek stories that we know. So take the Iliad, the Odyssey, and all these other classic source material that we have for these characters and explain it in modern day terms. I started reading one.
Is it explanations or story?
It's the stories.
Okay.
So it's
set in modern time?
No.
Oh, I'm so confused. Is it reading non-fiction or fiction?
It is the Iliad in modern language.
Oh.
Yes.
It's translated.
Kind of, yeah. And he explains it in it's funny. He's
we do that for Shakespeare. We'll have a Shakespeare text, and then on the other side it'll be in modern English.
It's kind of like that.
Okay.
But you don't have the original text.
Yeah, that's I would want the original text.
I don't.
Huh.
I have them.
I guess it's Greek.
Well,
it's translated in English.
Okay, I was gonna say
I
that.
understand
now. Yeah. Anyway, so Mythos is talking about, as far as I got into the book, the deity. So it starts at the very beginning where you have the Titans and how Zeus killed his father, overthrew the Titans, and began the age of the Olympians, blah blah. And it takes you through the story like that, right?
I feel Percy Jackson kind of just throws you in there and I understand it all.
Yeah, but for me, I want to know how do we get here?
That's fair.
Yeah, because it's crazy. And then Heroes is talking about the heroes, so Perseus, Heracles, who is Hercules, Jason, all these heroes that we know their stories, but the stories that we know of are just such small little parts of that person's story. Yeah, so I want to read those because I've been reading all these retellings, and I want to know more about where they came from. Because you see, like, oh, this person is, like, the daughter of Helios, and, like, you may not know that Helios is the sun god. You may not know who's, like, what lineage he's a part of, who his offspring are, what his job is. Like, I want to know the backstory.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
I get it a little bit.
Anyway, so that's what those books are, and I want to get to them. They've been sitting on my shelf for years now.
Why'd you stop reading them? Dry?
I just think, at the time, I didn't want it. I had just come off of reading all the retellings, and that's what it was. I need a break from the Greeks.
Oh, yeah, you're reading a lot of Greek.
Yeah.
Like, Madeline Miller.
Yep.
What's her name?
Jennifer Saint.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Fun.
Yeah.
Okay, my book that I want to read is, I got it from a friend of a friend. They just gave me all of their Albert Camus. And I said, oh, you don't have to do that. They're like, we read them, we're done. And I said, oh, okay. So I got it. And it's, the first one I'm going to read is The Stranger by Albert Camus. It's like the most famous, I feel like. Yeah, so I'm excited to get into this. It's basically, I actually don't know how it describes it. It doesn't describe it. You've read this.
Yeah.
Talk about it.
I don't want to because you're reading. You're gonna read it.
Yeah.
I can't lie.
Okay, so anyway, this book, it won the Nobel Prize in Literature. It's a little...
Did it or did he?
I don't know.
Okay.
It just says winner of the Nobel Prize in Literature without being next to the name.
Yeah,
so who knows?
That's fair.
I feel like it's this one.
But, like, is that how it works? Do you win the Nobel Prize for a piece or for pieces? For you?
Oh, I don't know how these work. I know how the Booker Prize works, and that's it.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah.
Okay? We have the...
Yes!
We have the Pulitzer and the Nobel Prize.
I was like, can I talk to you off stage, bro?
That actually happens a lot, y'all. Like, there's a lot of times where I'll be speaking and I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to tell them something. I can't right now.
Yeah.
And sometimes I do, and then it's bad.
I'm gonna have to cut it.
Yeah. Okay. So anyway, basically this is a man, an ordinary man. Oh, it spoiled something. It's about a man, and probably a stranger, and I'll let you know how it goes. Hopefully it takes me out of my slump.
Hopefully.
Next.
Next is The Wager by David Grann.
Is it nonfiction?
Yes.
Nice.
I got this in our book haul from Bermuda last year.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
You got it for $1?
I got it for $1.
What?
And it's been sitting on my shelf since then, and I really want to get to it because I heard great things. I remember we were in the bookstore when it was coming out, and we were at a local bookstore, and the person behind us was buying it.
Yeah.
And
I remember now.
I turned around.
I
could tell.
I was like, where were we?
I turned around. I was like, oh, I've been needing to read this, and he's like, yeah, I'm really excited about it. So apparently, it's a nonfiction that reads like a fiction because the story is just so gripping while being true.
Good job.
It's about like mutiny on this voyage, and that's really all I know about it. But yeah, I've been waiting to get to it, and I've been scrolling through Libby. And Libby is like, the audiobook, you can listen to it. I'm like, I don't want to listen to this one. I think I want to read this one. So, we're going to get to it. Okay? Stay tuned.
Okay.
Okay.
And so, John's been wanting me to read this book for a long time.
Oh.
But the problem with this book is that the first 100 pages are difficult to get through for some reason. But it'll make sense when I get to the end. So I'm hoping The Stranger gets me out of my slump. And I will be able to enjoy, trust, and not enter a slump very, just immediately again. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that would honestly be devastating to me if I did that to you. That's what I'm worried about recommending this.
It's not your fault.
Thank you.
It won't be your fault.
Okay.
These are my choices. Trust by Hernan Diaz.
Yeah.
They've been looking at the book for a while. If you kept that all in. So this also says winner of the Pulitzer Prize. Not also. That was the Nobel. Nobel. It's a weird word.
Because you're thinking of it meaning no bell.
No.
Oh.
Because I'm thinking of the word noble, Noble.
Yeah.
And the fact that it's not that.
Correct.
That's all. So I don't know what this book's about, but he said it was in the 1920s and that it is really good. And that I would like it.
Yeah.
So I'm going to trust him and read this book. Hopefully next, after The Stranger. Okay, well, I've heard that the story is really good, but the writing is brilliant. You said the writing's really good.
Yeah.
Those words.
And the way it's formatted and
The words are good.
It's
okay. I need good words.
I do like it.
So I'm excited about this.
Good.
And I want to talk to you about it because you've been itching, but you haven't pushed it on me.
Yeah.
And I really appreciate that.
I have no one to
Except
talk
for
about
today. Today you pushed it on me. That's okay
though. This next one is the brief. I can never do this. The Brief Wondrous Life of Oscar Wilde. This is by Juno Diaz. I got this one a few months ago there was a store in our town that was closing, a bookstore, and they had a big sale. And I walked in, not expecting to find anything, and I saw this on the shelf for like $3, and I said, "Oh, I have to have," and I got it. There was another book that I read, and I really need to know, but on the first page of the book,
keep going.
You know,
I know which book you're talking about.
Yeah, on the first page of the book, they referenced Juno Diaz's writing.
Oh, my back.
And I was like, oh. And I looked at my bookshelf and I was
It's
like, Juno
something
Diaz.
you've read recently.
And I know. But what?
Can I go look?
No, it's not that important.
It's important. You keep talking.
So I don't know much of what it's about. I know I read the back of the book a little while back on this channel. But
I have no idea what it's about.
It was on one of the New York Times top 100 lists that came out a while ago, like top 100 of the century kind of vibe, and I marked it, clocked it in my brain because I had never heard of it before that list came out, and now I own it and I need to get to it. I don't remember what book it was on.
I don't remember either.
Oh, it wasn't 7 Days in June. It might have been 7 Days in June. I don't know.
No, I remember. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Ugh.
Yeah.
But I'm curious.
But, yeah.
Okay, cool. The next one that I want to read, I don't know if this is true. Okay, this last one that I do want to read might get thrown out the window, like, fully.
These are all aspirational.
But no, the first two I really want to read.
Yeah.
This one is, okay, so, like, I have a lot of books on my shelf right now that I have to read, and I'm such a mood reader, so I really don't know what comes next after this. But one that, like, y'all have said that I probably would like is The Buried Giant by Kazuo Ishiguro.
It's true.
And it's Arthurian, it'll be fun, it'll be whimsical, and it might just be exactly what I need. So we're gonna try it, but I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know what comes next. For my vibes. For my needs as I read. I might just pick up a Baldwin instead. And that's
always
how
a
it
safe
goes.
choice.
Yeah.
Okay, my next one is, can you pass it to me?
Oh yeah,
'Cause you have it here.
I own it.
Yeah. This is You Made a Fool of Death with Your Beauty by Akweke Emezi. I read The Death of Vivek Oji, which is another one of their books, and I liked it. This one I own. I got it for $1 in Bermuda. It's a paperback, and it's been sitting on my shelf. And I'll read this one to you because I actually have no idea what it's about. But someone in the comments said this book gets messy, and I was like, yeah, okay.
And we have a friend who wants messy recommendations, so it might be a good one.
It'll be research.
Yeah, exactly.
So this says, Feyi Adekola wants to learn how to be alive again. Mm-hmm. It's been 5 years since the accident that killed the love of her life, and she's almost a new person now, an artist with her own studio, sharing a brownstone apartment with her ride-or-die best friend, Joy, who insists it's time for Feyi to ease back into the dating scene. Feyi isn't ready for anything serious, but a steamy encounter at a rooftop party cascades into a whirlwind summer she could never have imagined. A luxury trip to a tropical island, decadent meals in the glamorous home of a celebrity chef, and a major curator who wants to launch her art career. She's even started dating the perfect guy, but their new relationship might be sabotaged before it has a chance. Yeah. Okay.
Wait,
I just the sentence was long.
Yeah, and also there's like a grammar mistake here. Just be gone. And that really bothered me. Yeah, and I don't know why. I just know all these rules now.
She's even started dating the perfect guy, but their new relationship might be sabotaged before it has a chance by the overwhelming desire Feyi feels every time she locks eyes with the one person who is most definitely off limits, his father.
His father? Whose father?
The father of the guy.
Okay.
This new life she asked for just got a lot more complicated.
It's messy.
And Feyi must begin her search for real answers. Who is she ready to become? Can she release her past and honor her grief while still embracing her future? And of course, there's the biggest question of them all. How far is she willing to go for a second chance at love?
Fair enough.
Okay.
All right.
We're gonna find out.
We're gonna find out.
Yeah.
La da 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 da. Okay, there's another book that I might get to. It's in my Libby. It's in my possession. I haven't opened it yet. It's Quicksand by Nella Larson. It's a short one, and in our comments, someone mentioned it recently for our short books.
Nice.
But Nella Larson is an author that I'm like, okay, like, I don't think that I love your writing, but I've thought about passing for a year now. So maybe you're a good author, Nella. Maybe I should read your other works.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm going to try to read Quicksand soon, because Libby's going to take it away. And I want to make sure that other people who want to read it can read it.
Nice.
So I'm going to try to read it as soon as possible, but I'm excited about that one if I get to it.
Solid. My next one is Fifth Season by N.K. Jemisin, which we talked about in our books that we recommended for Black History Month. I just got whipped by your hair.
Oh, sorry. I'm so sorry. It's shorter now, and I forget that it's still long. You know?
No, I get it.
Okay.
So, what was I saying? Yes, Fifth Season by N.K. Jemisin. This one is still a maybe, because I'm cautious to start another trilogy or another series.
How many series are you in right now?
Right now I'm only in the Murderbot series. So I don't know if I should...
Red Rising?
I finished Red Rising.
Forgot that. That's fair. You finished the trilogy.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Anyway.
Okay, so you're only in
How
one.
dare you? I'm only in one.
Okay.
Yeah, but I at some point I was in multiple and that got overwhelming. So I don't know if I should stick with Murderbot and just finish it out, or if I should pause Murderbot and then come back. So we'll see.
Okay.
So it's possible. Yeah, it's a fantasy. We read about it earlier, and people really like it in the whole community. And then, are you done?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I also have one that I'm going to show, though.
Oh, okay. Then show yours, and I'll show mine. Because we back and forth.
I know, just the way you said it. And if you would, like, play it back isolated, we'll hear it. Do you love how I described that to you?
That was devastating. That was the most devastating way you could have explained that to me. That was insane. Play it back. And I was like, okay, yeah,
play
sure,
back,
I will.
isolate it.
I went in my head, and I was like, yeah, play it back, isolate it, And I was like,
I'm glad you caught that on camera, like, that whole journey. I need that, like, from my receipts.
Okay, go.
Why is it wild?
This is just...
Because it destroyed you? I'm sorry. Because you got wrecked?
Talk about your book.
You can't be laughing. You gotta calm down.
There's no jokes here.
Stop. I'm me. To me. Yeah, I'm telling myself to stop. Okay.
Where's the book?
It's right here. So, we're sometimes buying books. That's where we're at, okay?
Yeah.
We're sometimes buying books.
Yeah.
We're not buying books a ton.
No.
Just sometimes.
No huge hauls.
No huge hauls.
Until we get to Bermuda.
But that's for $1.
And
so
then all bets
okay.
are off.
All
yeah.
bets are off. All of them. We're
All
bringing an
bets
empty
off.
suitcase for fish and books.
And books.
Okay, so I was on...
Oh, sparkly.
Yeah, I was on...
I'm a squirrel.
He really is. What was I on?
I don't know.
YouTube Shorts.
Oh.
No, Instagram. I was actually on Instagram Reels. And I ended up on this reel that talked about this woman's story. And it was such a good promotion that I bought the book. So essentially, Saving Five, A Memoir of Hope, is by Amanda Wynn. And this novel is about her story, kind of told through different age time points of her life. And the thing that really caught me about this person in particular is just how she puts like everything into what she's doing. So she was going to be an astronaut like years ago, and like in that environment, like at that time as she was preparing for, I don't know like when it was because I haven't read the book, but like getting ready to be an astronaut, she was a victim of sexual violence, and because of that, she left that environment. But then instead of like just letting her dreams go, she decided to create legislation and changes in the U.S. government to address violence against women. The first one was passed in 2016, I believe, or like right before, like in the clip, Barack Obama was giving a speech. So I feel like it was right before the presidency change in 2016.
Yeah.
And then she also pursued having all of the UN countries agree on some of this legislation, and they voted on it unanimously.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And so after 6 years of fighting for rights and for equity and for fighting against these injustices, she has done the work that she needed to do, and she's going to be back as an astronaut to be the first Vietnamese woman to be in space.
Wow.
Yeah. So I'm excited.
That's really cool. Okay.
So this will be her story, and I think it's cool that she writes a memoir of hope underneath,
Mhm.
because a lot of her story could be seen as like lack of hope, or like in
Yeah.
a place where you couldn't find hope.
Yeah.
So I'm really curious as to how she navigates her story and how she tells it to us.
Wow.
I'm really excited to learn more about her.
That's really cool. And it's a good cover.
Yeah, it's a good cover. It's sparkly.
Sparkly.
She looks so cool.
She does.
Yeah, I'll show you the video that I watched that like made me cry. I
Please
cried
do.
immediately and I said, "Oh, okay, yeah, her.
The
I'll
way-
buy your book."
The way you turned to them, I cried immediately. Anyway,
But I'm not reading it too. That's the point. It's not on this.
but don't
like,
expect too much.
Don't expect too much from me. But it's like not too long, so I think it'll be a quick read.
I agree. This next book is a book that I am surprised I didn't have earlier.
I didn't know it existed.
What?
What?
Sorry.
I've watched this 4 times for you.
I'm
So I want
so
you to
happy.
understand.
And I'm realizing now that
Mm.
maybe the reason you haven't seen some of the movies I love on top of this one is because I've just had you rewatch this one so many times.
Mm.
And that's on me.
Okay, that's fair.
And we're going to pivot now.
Okay.
Okay. Movie-wise.
Understood. I didn't know what else would it be.
Like in the video.
Oh,
Well,
sure.
not for me. Okay, this I just bought for myself. This is the complete screenplay of Interstellar, with selected storyboards. So like when you get the beginning of it is the script, right? I'm already
It looks so
excited.
good, and you like see it. You already know what it looks
So
like.
is it TARS?
I know.
Okay. Anyway,
It's a good font too.
yeah, and then the end of it is like the illustrations of like the scenes and the storyboarding. Guys, I'm so excited. And I'm just happy to have this on a bookshelf. I want to read more screenplays of movies.
Oh.
Just because I want to see kind of like how storytelling is done in different formats. Like we read a lot of books, but I
Yeah.
want to read a book about the movie.
Beautiful.
Watch a lot of movies.
You do.
Yeah. Sorry, I watch a lot of movies. So yeah, that's this. I'm so excited to have this. If you don't know, Interstellar is my favorite movie of all time. I love it so much. And yeah, that's it. So let us know what's on your TBR. Things you're yearning to read, like Sierra and I are. Mostly Sierra. And yeah, thanks so much for watching. What? Thanks so much for watching. Like and subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next one.
Bye.
See ya.